Hi, I'm Matt Rosenthal, the CEO of Mindcore Technologies. We're a cloud and cybersecurity company, and today I'm going to be talking about when is the right time to hire a cybersecurity specialist. Every company, doesn't matter what size, they have to hire a cybersecurity specialist. The risk is just too great. So, you can be a 2 or 3 person law firm, or you can be a Fortune 500 company. You're both targets, and you're targets in different ways. Right, that food chain of people who are trying to breach you, there's people at every level trying to breach companies at every size, which is why now is the best time. Like, you've got to do it now. If you don't do it now, you're just sitting duck. You're waiting and you're saying, okay, come and get me. I haven't taken the steps I need to take. And they'll find you. They know how to get in, they know how to find you. Unfortunately, many companies think that because they've got like antivirus installed or they've got like a tool installed, that we're good, we got cybersecurity, we have things in place. And the problem is because they're not getting good guidance and their approach, it's called like your cybersecurity posture, it's just too small. Like, it's not really looking at like all the possible ways that somebody can get in. Unfortunately, still, most people are not doing it early enough. So I find that I'm seeing every week, people are getting breached. They call us for a remediation response or a breach response, which becomes a remediation. And it's because they had a few things in place, but they didn't have enough things, enough tools in place. And usually it's because they want to save money, or it's because they have the attitude it's not going to happen to me. And that's actually one of the other big problems is this: it won't happen to me attitude. It will happen to you. It's a guarantee it's going to happen to you. It probably happened already. You just don't know it. And so again, most people wait until it's too late, and then, now we'll spend the money after they spent potentially 6 figures to clean something up, or more. God knows how much people are going to spend, because you never really know, especially when you look at the damage to your brand, lost productivity. It goes on and on and on. So most companies are still approaching it from behind rather than proactive. They're playing defense rather than offense, because every industry's got data. You could be in an industry where, like a PR firm, they don't want your data specifically, they want your customers' data because they want to find out about the celebrities, or maybe they're going to go after an insurance company because they want to find out about your personal information. They call it PII, right? So they're going to get into your system, they're going to take your data, and now your customers' data is all over the place. So paid for a ransom, or it's about getting data that they can hold over your head later on, again, to get paid a ransom. Every industry is vulnerable, every industry is impacted, and every industry is going to continue to be impacted until they learn to get ahead of it and change the way they look at it. So the financial consequences of a breach, they're broad. It could be brand. Your brand could be impacted. There's a trust factor. The brand is based on trust. So that really could take a hit depending on how big your company is. Like, if you're a large Fortune 500 company, which is happening a lot, and it's getting out there, can people trust you? Can they trust giving you, if you give them your credit card information or personal information, like that really could be an impact to the business, like long term. The loss in productivity, right? So there's the immediate impact of servers going down, the inability to actually serve the client. How do you put a dollar amount on that? It really depends. If you're down for 1 day, 3 days, I've seen people down for 3 weeks. Somebody that I deal with who's a $100 million a year company supplies a very important part to a industry we all rely on the East Coast, and they got hit and they were down for 3 weeks. They almost lost all their client data, the inability to invoice, to fulfill orders. It was devastating, and they were probably a week away from being out of business, right? And that was a business that was around for 70 years. So I guess that's a mid-sized business, you call that. It took them, even after that, probably 3 months to recover from that, because they had to do all the work that they were behind on. Their clients had to be told. They had to actually put things in place that weren't in place. So that's an example of a company that is typical. They kind of came from behind with it. They weren't backing up smartly. So once they actually figured out what was going on, they had to rebuild everything. So there was an investment there in all new systems, computers, servers, moving to the cloud. So all of this is reactive. So if they did it up front, it wouldn't have been this hard down, like, reactive cost, which to this day they don't even know what they spent on it. Like, very typical of what goes on out there. One other thing is information, right? That information getting out there, again, what's the cost to your business of the marketplace or your customers knowing that they can't trust you because you let their data out. And there are things you can do to reduce that risk. If you're not doing it, it's like you have a responsibility to protect people, to protect the data that you're storing. How do you not? How do you not do that? So the cost is far and wide. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video about when the right time to hire a cybersecurity specialist is. And if you'd like to get in touch with me, you can reach me at www.mind-core.com, or if you want to book a 30-minute consultation with me, you can use the link down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.